Hello.
Hi,
Welcome back to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 151. I'm Mike.
and I'm Colin.
Yeah. Today we're gonna talk about some soda pop, you know, soda pop, soda slash pop, whatever you want to call it. Um,
But
yeah, I can see Joe Biden's very, very excited about this.
oh,
Your
he's
profile
always
picture there.
he's always excited.
Yeah. Especially for soda.
That guy's got the energy.
He's got what?
He's got that youthful energy that we need
Oh
in
yeah.
the.
Probably the most youthful president we've ever had, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Um, Also, side note, in Lethal Company, one of the items you can pick up is called like red cola. It's just like a red can that's, I guess, adjacent to Coke or something.
Huh.
Um, but every time I see it, I always think in my head, soda. It's just, it's always that. It's never anything else.
Always.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll do that. But before we do that, how's your week been? How's school been, you know?
It's been very cold.
Yes,
It's been really fucking cold.
I can relate there.
Um,
Actually kind of, because you actually have to walk places, so
yeah,
um
yeah. Well, first day of classes got canceled.
right.
Um, so didn't have to do anything on Tuesday, but which was nice. But yeah. But still walking to class the next day. Not very warm.
Hmm.
Not very warm. Um, Hair froze when I was walking because I took a shower before I left, and
Hmm.
I hate the feeling of frozen hair. It's not my
Oh,
favorite thing.
I did that all the time in high school because
Uh-huh.
I've always been a morning shower person, and I had to go out to the bus stop at like what, 6 in the morning? No,
Yeah.
was it 6? Yeah, 6:18 or something like that was our bus
Mhm.
stop, and it got fucking cold sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In high school, I was a night shower person, but as I've grown up, morning showers really help to wake me up a little bit.
Yes.
So, um, but yeah, um, school's been okay. Um, Taking a Spanish class this semester.
Ooh,
Um,
sha sha sha.
ja, ja, ja. And my professor, he's from Spain,
Hmm.
so he can speak English, but it's not like the best, and like um, it's like a beginner's Spanish class. So it's like it's with the presumption that you've done Spanish in the past, like you've done
Hmm.
like Spanish classes and stuff.
Oh
So
gosh.
most of us like are are aware of what he's saying, but like sometimes it's like whoa whoa.
Yeah, my Spanish has been bad as of late. So like I can still read Spanish pretty well, but actually understanding it, I wasn't good at that during Spanish classes. So now it's just
No,
like it completely out the window.
and he's also got that. He also has that Spanish accent
Right.
where with
Yeah.
like the lispy stuff,
Yeah.
which is like different from like Mexican Spanish and stuff like that. So it's like,
That's what
um,
sorry.
very good.
I was just gonna say that's what I was gonna ask. Are you learning like the Spanish, or are you learning Mexican Spanish?
It's more Spanish, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
But I think I'm pretty sure that's basically what we learned in high school as well. So
No, we learn. I mean, we dabbled in both, but I think we mostly learned Mexican Spanish. I think so.
because I remember learning Vos Otros, and that's a Spanish thing.
Right, like those are the stuff like we dabbled in. I think like it'd just be like this is the more proper way to say it or something. Um,
Mhm.
I don't remember.
But yeah, but we played bingo on the first day.
Hell yeah.
It was just like to get us reacquainted with the numbers. and there were only it was 4x4 instead of 5x5, and I was like, "There's not enough room for bingo."
Big.
Um, and it was taking forever, but I was like, I got a line, I finished a line, and I was like, "Bingo!" And he was like, "Oh, thank God." What numbers do you have? Um, and he was like, and just so we all remember, in Spain or Europe or whatever, bingo is the whole board, not just a line. And I was like, oh well,
Oh,
I
what the
only
hell?
I only, I only have a line then. And he goes, okay, well in that case you'd say linea, and I was like, okay, well linea then. And so we had to keep going, and I got very close to like finishing it out, but he was like, he was going through it. He's like, man, I only have like a few numbers left. How has nobody gotten it yet? He's like, he was getting like really flustered. He was like, my grandma plays this game better than you guys. Like, what is going on?
Damn.
And I was like, fuck, man, I don't know. I was one number away, and somebody behind me got it, and I was like, he was like, oh, finally, finally. Remind me that we are never playing bingo in this class ever again. Uh,
Nice.
he's a funny guy, but yeah, it's in a building that I've never been in before, so it was like, yeah. But then I got a couple other classes. I got another history class as urban history, so like cities and shit, which is
Okay.
cool. And
Like
the
like all cities, or is it just American cities?
uh, it might be just American cities,
Okay.
but yeah, he's a bit quirky, um, as well. He's like this little dude, and he kept fucking staring at me. I don't know why. Like I whenever I'm in class, I tend to like just look at the teacher as they're talking, just so I'm catching everything.
Yeah.
But like, and I guess like I just kept my eyes on him, and he kept just staring directly into my eyeballs, and I was like, damn.
My God.
And he you know how sometimes when you talk you like whistle a little bit at the end
Uh,
of
yeah, yeah. I think I know what you.
yeah, for a lot of the time he was talking that was happening. I was like, oh no,
Oh.
this this is gonna be a problem for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to focus on that. But he's oh, he's a nice guy. Fucking he had us like write down on an index card like what we think a city is, and he was like writing writing the things that we wrote on the board, and his handwriting is god awful, like worse than my handwriting,
Yeah.
like actual chicken scratch. And he was like, don't feel bad if you can't read my handwriting. If you can't read it, it's because it's bad. Um, but yeah, he seems like an interesting guy.
Yeah.
And
My psychology teacher, when I took psych, or no, philosophy. It's a lot philosophy teacher. Was like that too. He had really really bad handwriting. Just the whole time he was like, if you ever need me to repeat what's up here, just just raise your hand and say it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then my other class is it's like the social foundations of education or something like that,
Hmm.
and it's like um there's a lot of reading involved, and like the books aren't bad, they're not very long, but she's like, well yeah, you're gonna have to read half the book for one class this week and the other half for the next class.
God damn.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. And I don't know, man, I'm kind of falling out of interest with education.
Hmm.
um so that's becoming a little more like, oh, do I want to do this anymore? It's like,
Yeah.
um, and like that class on top, this class and all the work that has to be done with it. I'm like, man, this is not helping. This is not
Yeah.
helping at all. I still love history, but I'm becoming, I'm starting to realize that like I don't know if I'm built to be a teacher, to be honest.
Hmm.
Um, but at this point, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck else to do. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Um, have interests, but like my interests are not like easily attained interests. So it's like,
I mean, I
uh,
of all people can relate to that. Yes.
yeah, right. But you have talent, man. Um,
You got the
uh,
looks though, so I mean, I don't know.
uh, um, um, but yeah. So we'll see. And also on top of that, my stepmom texted me this week, and she's like, "Hey, because my parents are divorced, um, and
Usually stepmom implies that, but you know.
yeah, my parents are divorced. My mom makes quite a bit less than my dad, so I've been using
Mm,
her for my FAFSA, and I've been getting good aid. I've been getting a lot of aid for the entire time I've been at this college, um, and it's been good. And then my stepmom texted me on the other day, and she's like, "So they made a change to how FAFSA is done, so you're gonna have to use your dad's info now." And which means that I'd probably be getting nothing uh,
mm,
in terms of aid.
yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? So on top of that, yeah, just kind of falling out of love with school, and not
Yeah.
good. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll talk to my dad. Probably the best idea to do that. Um,
Yeah.
but we'll see what happens. But otherwise, other than school, um, I've been continuing to watch The Last of Us with Max. That's been fun.
Where are you guys at?
She's we were in the middle of episode 6,
Okay.
um, and real good. Cried like a baby. Episode 3
Oh
because of
yes.
course, um, like that shit. I don't know. It's like the third, fourth time I've watched that episode, and it kills me every single time.
Hmm.
Um, Also, congrats to Nick Offerman for winning that Emmy for that.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Well deserved.
Deserved. Um, uh, but yeah, she's like, after the Sam and Henry episode, she's like, man, it's crazy that they introduce these characters, they get you connected, and then they just rip them away. And I was like, yeah, yeah.
Just you wait. Just you wait.
Even worse. It's even worse in the game because you spend more than an hour with them.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's like, yeah. But yeah, that whole scene. I guess spoilers for The Last of Us, even if you haven't watched it. But that whole scene where she tries to heal Sam,
Yeah.
um, that's like, god damn. And like when they're like asking each other what they're scared of and shit, like, oh, that kills me every fucking time.
Yeah. They did a lot of good changes to the show with
Oh yeah.
character. I mean, I love their story in the game, but I think the way they adapted it for TV was the way to do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think they said they're starting to film season 2 soon.
I've been seeing stuff about that. Yeah.
But yeah, very excited for that.
Yeah.
Abby, Dina, and Jesse and Jesse have been casted. So
Hmm.
really praying for the actress for Abby.
Yep.
Um, I'm hoping that people aren't as cruel as video game fans um,
Yeah.
on TV, but you never know.
It's hard to
Um,
tell. It also depends on how they tell it, I think.
yeah,
Because I
yeah,
can, if they're gonna be doing the same, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if they're gonna be doing like the same order of storytelling that they did in the game, which I do love in retrospect, but if people are gonna have to go episode to episode and be, mature about how they react to characters' actions,
yeah,
it could it could be a little fishy for a little bit.
yeah.
I trust them, but we'll have to see what happens with that.
Yeah. I trust Greg Mason. I believe he can do a good job.
Yeah.
But boy, am I scared. Yeah, but that's been good. Uh, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered came out today.
Mhm.
I'm gonna play that probably after this. They got that new mode, which is kind of like I forget what it's called.
Roguelike.
Um, Roguelike, yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm excited to see. Um, but yeah, that's cool. I listened to something new this week for the first time
Nice.
in a good while. I listened to French Exit by TV Girl,
Oh,
um,
okay.
which is a band that both Noah, my younger brother, and Max told me to check out. Um, and it's pretty good. It's a good vibe. They do this interesting kind of thing where they use a lot of like samples. Um, it's like rock, it's like pop rock, but it's like they use like interesting like samples in a way that like I've only heard in like rap and hip
Oh,
hop,
interesting.
which is a cool it's a cool little styling. Um, I've only listened to that album, but I'll probably check out more of them just to see if they're for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, pretty good album. But yeah, that's basically my week. How have you been, Mike?
Been all right. I don't have as much stuff to talk about, but that's okay because I've just been in my cold ass basement. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I've been all right. Just trying to take care of myself, for right
Mhm.
now. Uh, didn't really do all too much new. I'm finishing up that clarinet piece thing today, and I'm gonna send that to my professor. See if something can happen with that. Hopefully, because I would love to. I'd love to go back to the school at some point this semester to, I don't know, probably visit you at some point there, but also everyone else there that um, that's still there that will probably be graduating this semester. Um,
Uh-huh.
but we'll see what happens with that. But I'm enjoying that so far. I don't remember if I ever talked about what it is, but I'm like writing. Basically, it's like a four movement thing, and it's called Pieces of the Sky. And it's just like different variations of you know things in the sky. So like the first one's like soaring through like a majestic clouds or something like that. The second one's it's like talking about specific like sunset rays that like shine through clouds. It's very imagery based. And the third one's like a big storm in the nighttime or something. And then last one's basically the morning, and right now it's called Reflections of a Morning Dew or something like that. I don't know. It's a little pretentious, I guess, but it's a I do really like the sky for some reason. That's just something I enjoy. So,
Yeah,
um, but
kind of reminds me of that solar systems.
oh,
Um,
the planet suite,
mhm.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's also fantastic work. Basically, a lot of Star Wars was inspired from there. So, um, but yeah, I've been doing that. Hopefully we'll be able to finish that up tonight in something that's presentable. Um, but yeah, I did that. I beat The Last of Us also this week
Uh-huh.
again. Beat it on Grounded. It was pretty fun. I actually, if I were to play the game again, I would definitely do Grounded again because I feel like
Mhm.
that's really the optimal way to play it. Um,
I think
there
that's how I'm gonna. I think that's how I'm gonna play The Last of Us
too.
2 again.
Yeah.
Man, even though that one's a good bit harder.
Is it actually? Yeah, I mean that would make sense,
But,
but
oh yeah.
um oh yeah. But yeah, that was pretty fun playing on Grounded for that. And then I got all the achievements and everything too. I thought I was gonna have to. I think I talked about it last week that I thought I was gonna have to restart a whole new save, to
Oh yeah.
just trigger one of Ellie's jokes. Um, but thankfully, I guess I didn't realize this after I beat my first playthrough. But you can go back and like just play specific chapters.
Mhm.
Um, and I was able to actually load in directly into the hotel where it happens, load directly into that scene and just get the achievement. And then I had all the achievements then. So I was like, okay, I love this game, but I didn't really want to play it again for another 8 hours just for maybe not 8 hours, but a decent amount of time. It's in Pittsburgh to,
Yeah.
to get another achievement. But yeah, that was pretty fun. Glad to do that. I was also just kind of messing around with playing some of the stuff just on very light mode in like New Game Plus. So like just in the beginning of the game, torching guys with a flamethrower, something like that. Um, that's kind of fun. But did that. I listened to a few albums this week. It's been the return of our artist analysis these last couple weeks. Because
Mhm.
Kid Cudi came out with an album called Insano. I did listen to it, I believe, actually last week after we did the pod. Uh, but it was. Not my favorite.
No.
No, it was actually my second least favorite of his. Um, yeah,
Uh-oh.
it wasn't quite Speeding Bullet, you know. Or that's a bar I would be
That's math.
impressed if he passed. Uh, but it wasn't it wasn't that great. It was like kind of adjacent to Man on the Moon 3, like in terms of party-ish songs, like druggy party songs, but also kind of not. I just didn't like the sound of it. I didn't really like Cuddy on it for most of it. There's a couple good songs on there, but it was not my thing.
Yeah.
Then last night, I listened to the new Green Day album that came out.
Oh.
Also to um uh to continue our artist analysis. Um, Saviors by Green Day, and I thought it was okay. it was
Oh.
it was I honestly went into it with low expectations, but there was a few good songs on there. I think they actually cared about this one,
That's
which
good.
wasn't the track record they had been showing for the last few albums.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, there's a couple good songs on here that actually has a pretty decent energy and production to it for most of it. Like I definitely just think it's okay. But you know what? I'll take okay over bad Green Day. So,
for sure.
um,
For
okay, Green Day. Um,
sure.
and then the last thing I listened to was something that my buddy suggested to me. It's by a band called Vacations. Oh wait, did I mess that up? Hold on. I think the band is called Vacations, but the album is called No Place Like Home.
Okay.
It's kind of like I think they're an Australian like pop rock, indie rock type thing. He advertised it to me as like, oh, it's kind of like the Backseat Lovers. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Um, and I can kind of see that vibe, but one of the things I love about the Backseat Lovers is the lead singer's vocals.
right.
Like, because his vocals are insane. I found the vocalist on this band to be like extremely dull, me
Mm.
personally. It was very basic cookie cutter kind of stuff, but the instrumentals were really nice. So it was kind of this strange dichotomy. But that was also just kind of okay. So the first three albums I've listened to that came out in 2024 have all been decent to or they've just been okay to bad with the Kid Cudi one. But
Not off
yeah,
to a great start.
not off to a
2024.
great start. But next week is the Smile. I thought that was this week, but the
Yeah, I
Green
was
Day
gonna
was
say I
this
thought the
week.
smile came out.
No, I got that mixed up. I knew something was coming out this week. I was thinking of the Green Day. But the Smile comes out next week, so I think I think we'll be on an upward trend after that. That should at least be in the green.
I would think so.
I love the songs they have so far, so unless they really do some weird stuff, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I also saw that the record shop that we like a lot near school that they're
Mhm.
hosting like a listening party for the album
Yeah,
like on Thursday afternoon or something. And I'm kind
trying to
of
make your way down here. Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of jealous of it. I was like, I totally would go to that if if I was still down there. Um, I guess I could, but I don't know if I should. But yeah, that's mostly my week. Uh, in some music and other news and stuff, I guess. Nothing but thieves on TikTok. I don't remember exactly what they did, but they were basically teasing a deluxe version of Dead Club
Mhm.
City. So might be getting some new tracks from them sometime soon.
Yeah.
Um,
I wrote down NBTs. Um, I got an email from Dead Club City Radio or Dead Club
mm,
Radio. So you just have to go in there and like put your Dead Club ID or whatever, and
oh,
then your email, and it was like, well, get ready for incoming transmission, and it played a little clip of a new song. So,
mm,
um, yep, that'll be cool.
yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to that. I maybe I should check if I have that email. I'm not sure if I got that. Um, but yeah, that should be pretty good. I mean, they've been doing deluxe versions for like at least since
Oh,
Broken Machine.
well,
And
I think they're self-titled as is
oh yeah, that's right.
the.
That's right. Yeah, I always forget about that because I just see deluxe version as the normal version for that album.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Mm, yeah.
Um, other music news. Brad redeemed himself a little bit. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if you saw that, but Igor, the best thing to come out on that day in any year. Um, um, Igor, he had famously had at like a 50 out of 100 for a while. And he did a re-listening with apparently better headphones helped him understand the album more. um, he did another listening recently, and now he moved the score up to an 80, which is a lot more respectable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we just need Hive Mind Riley to do the same thing because he also doesn't like Igor. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was important music news. Um,
But the most important thing is that Brad's grandpa slayed his way through the Holocaust.
yeah,
So
served cunt. Yeah, yeah. I'm
he
glad we.
demon dropped on a Nazi.
Jesus. Oh, that bit was definitely one of their more edgy ones.
Yeah. Really fucking good though. Yeah.
uh,
This
um,
bracket 3 had a couple of duds in it, but like
right.
there were some good ones. There were real good ones. I can't believe that Newborn Johnson lost in the first round.
Yeah. Yeah.
That pissed me off so much because that's one of my favorite things that they've ever fucking.
You just love Newborn Johnson, don't you?
I love Newborn Johnson.
Oh God.
There's so many pictures. Uh,
Yeah, the way always the way that Graydon's like, yeah, and you definitely should not have a laptop full of photos of Newborn Johnson. You would go to jail, as you should. um, oh man, I love those guys.
can't
Um,
wait to see them.
yes, yes. And then the last thing I have here is that the Emmys happened, and I normally don't really care about award show type stuff, but Better Call Saul, man, like
Yeah,
I think it was 63 nominations.
53.
53 throughout the entirety run of that show since like 2015, I think.
No.
53 nominations, not a single one, not even for like a technical thing. Everything in that show was so good.
I know.
The cinematography, the directing, the acting, the writing, like everything was so good, and they didn't even win like a technical award. It's just crazy, man.
Bob Odenkirk died for that show.
Literally. Yeah. And oh man, that was. I mean, I kind of expected it because the last half of season 6 kind of was just like barely eligible for this season,
Yeah,
or for this cycle. What do they call it? I don't.
award season.
Yeah, this award
Uh,
season, it was just barely eligible. And
like
man,
I know people love Succession. I know people love it and say it's one of the best shows that have come out. That's come out recently, and it just ended. And
mm,
like, I know I love Kieran Culkin. Kieran Culkin, he's great. He's a funny guy. He beat the shit out of Pedro Pascal.
yes,
Um, but like Bob, I think Bob deserved that.
yeah.
To be honest, and also Ray
Oh,
Seahorn.
Ray for sure. I mean, I haven't seen Succession, but I've heard people say that like it is very good and it's deserving of
Uh,
awards. So like those ones I'm like irked about, but I'm not quite like mad about, I guess. But there were
yeah,
people saying that whoever Ray lost to this year, it was someone from
yeah.
like White Lotus who like kind of put in like they were just kind of like a comedic relief type character or something.
Oh God,
And she lost to them because they were I don't remember her name, but she's like a bigger actress, but she was a comedic relief character on that show pretty much. And Ray Seahorn lost, even though those performances in the last half of season 6, especially on her end. Oh my god.
I know.
Like
I
it's
was happy to see the Bears sweep.
yeah, the
Um,
bear did get. I mean, I haven't seen that either, but I've heard
it's,
a lot of my friends really like that show.
it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
The fucking Jeremy Allen White, Io Adibiri, and fucking Iban Backrack, however you say his name, got a weird fucking name.
Mhm.
Um, but all of them got Emmys. All of them deserved it. Fucking Beautiful, amazing. Love to see that show. Everyone on that show just is so good. I highly recommend everybody watch The Bear.
Yeah,
But
I'll probably watch it at some point. It's one of those that I'll get around to eventually.
yeah,
But
yeah, that was cool to see.
yeah,
And then yeah,
I saw that
but
Barry lost a few as well.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It they going up against the Bear right now is like the worst thing that you could be going up against, I think.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I had hoped for Bill or
Well,
any.
sorry.
What?
I was just gonna say that a lot of the Barry Awards were nominated in the comedy category.
Yeah.
Like for Bill Hader, like I know he was nominated for best lead in a comedy series or something.
Mhm.
Which Barry season 4 being a comedy is definitely a stretch, but
Yeah.
it's still yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
Uh,
those were like going up directly against the Bear, were they?
they were, yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
the Bear was also listed as a comedy,
Oh, okay,
um,
okay.
which I don't really agree with. Like it's funny, definitely at points, but it's mostly a drama. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, um, like saying that the Christmas episode of The Bear is a comedy is, if you find a lot of that funny, that you need help. Um,
Take your word.
yeah, there's definitely funny moments in that episode, but oof, yeah. And like that episode has anyone you could think of. It's got a lot of funny people in it. It's got Britta from Community. It's got
Yeah.
uh, Bob Odenkirk. It's got John Mulaney. It's got
Hell.
Sarah Paulson. There's anybody you can think of is in that fucking episode.
I remember you talking about that episode. You're just like, yeah, any cameo you could think of is in that episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over the place. But fantastic show. Happy to see them win some M's. Um, but another piece of music news. And speaking of the return of artist analysis stuff,
Oh.
Cage the Elephant is back, baby.
Oh shit.
They dropped a single called Neon Pill today, um, and it's good. It's Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
They sound good though, and it's been I think Social Cues came out 5 years in
Yeah.
2019. So
2019 sounds right.
um, yeah, very happy to see them. They teased a little something like earlier this week, and I was like, ooh, hell yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and then they were like, "Yep, new song Friday." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!"
Yeah.
But it,
Happy to hear
it's
that.
good. Yeah, hoping
Um.
hoping for a new album this year. But
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention, Jacob Collier released a single called like Mi Corazon. So I mean, you're in Spanish, so you should know that one. Um, but
my my shit.
Maya who.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah, but he did it with like some I don't know. It's like a reggaeton.
Orangutan.
He did it with an orangutan. No, with a reggaeton artist who on album of the year I was checking out his page and he has some very low scores on his stuff and I was like,
Oh,
oh, okay. But I did that after the fact because I don't know. It really felt like just like your average reggaeton song for like a little bit, and then it just kind of drops into this AJR-ish type, blowing out your ears dubstep type shit, EDM.
oh,
Um, it's not good. I really did not like it. My review on album of the year was, I was actually vibing with this song until Jacob decided to collier all over it. And that's pretty much what happened there. So yeah, that happened. That's definitely a blemish for that record coming up, but you know what? It's whatever. um, yeah.
yeah. But also speaking of Green Day, they were on Howard Stern, I think, this week,
Mhm.
playing and interviewing or whatever. And they're going on tour, but it's the 30th anniversary of Dookie and the 20th anniversary of American Idiot. So
Mhm.
they're performing those albums in their entireties for their tour.
It's pretty cool.
and that makes me really want to go see them because I love American Idiot. Grew up
Yeah.
with that album, and Dookie's great too. Um,
Yeah, I love you, buddy, but I'm not going with you to that one.
yeah, no, I do, but and I don't think anybody I know would, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I
um. Yeah. Uh.
thought that was cool.
That is cool though for their fans. I mean, I can like if 21 Pilots announced to do that for Vessel and shit, the entirety of Trench and shit, I'd be hyped about that. But you know,
Yeah,
um, yeah.
cool.
Okie dokie. Well, probably get into the actual theme of this themed episode. Uh, got
Sure.
anything else?
Uh, no, I'm good. I think I'm all set to do this.
Cool. Let's get into some fizzy drinks. We're gonna do a little bracket. Gonna talk about uh probably not any fizzy drink you can think of. I was gonna say that, but it really we're biased. Well, there's only so much we can have. Um, but yeah, we're gonna see what we can get here. Okay, we're back now. Little technical difficulties. Sorry for leaving you in the dark there for a sec, but we got some sodas and stuff up here now. So yeah, round one.
Round one, we got ginger ale versus cherry Pepsi. Mm.
Uh, I don't remember if we've talked about it on the pod before, but I think we've mentioned to each other that ginger ale was that's kind of a soda you have when you're sick a little bit, right? You have
Yeah,
that too. Yeah,
sure.
I do enjoy a ginger ale from time to time. Um,
Yeah,
I think I almost see it as kind of fancier for some reason. I don't know why. But like I don't know. It's got a refined taste a little bit. But you know, 9 times out of 10, I'm choosing a over ginger ale.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, ginger ale is fine. I think it's okay. Um, I like my mom makes this punch every New Year's Eve, and ginger ale is one of the ingredients in it.
Ooh.
Um, and it's a very good punch. It's delicious. But it's other than that, I'm not really drinking it very often. If it's there, like yeah, I'll have a Canada Dry. Why not? Um, but a lot of the time, I'm gonna be like, no, I'd rather have something that's gonna kill me sooner. So I'm gonna go with cherry Pepsi.
Hell
Um,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
I'm also
oh,
whoa. I'm also a big fan of cherry colas in general. So, but that's probably my favorite of them. Like in terms of like that just straight up says cherries.
right.
All
All right.
right.
Number two, we got Mountain Dew Pitch Black versus Cream Soda. Mountain Dew Pitch Black is my favorite Mountain Dew. I wanted to include it here. Um, it a number of years ago there was a contest between whether Pitch Black would be the returning flavor to stores or Baja Blast would be the returning flavor to stores. And Baja Blast is the favorite of many people.
Yeah.
So that one won, and Pitch Black was gone for a long time. It came back either the last year or the year before, and I was so excited. It tastes exactly the same. It's like I think it's more grape, and like it's like a grape blue raspberry kind of thing. And it's delicious. I love Pitch Black. It is very dark though, and it does look like it's gonna kill you, and it probably will. But yeah, I love cream soda. It's very smooth. It's creamy. Um, it's like this. It's one of the. I feel like it's one of like the sweetest
For sure.
um,
Yeah.
pops you can drink. Um, but like on occasion, that's a good thing. That's a good little treat.
Yeah.
A little cream soda float. Um, it's real tasty. But for me here, I gotta go with my favorite. I gotta go with Pitch Black. But what are you thinking?
I mean, I hate to do it to you, but after the loving passionate story you just said, um, I remember I have had Pitch Black before when I was younger. Um, it didn't leave much of an impression on me. I know I've had it before. I don't remember what it tastes like. So maybe. Maybe I was a dumb little kid, but I have had it. But I do like cream soda a lot. Um,
Oh,
cream soda is I don't know, like it definitely is like a sweeter one, like you said. It's definitely not one I can have all the time, but like it's
yeah.
like a every now and then. Like if I'm like, you know what, I'll have a cream soda, and I'll feel probably not great, but it'll be so good for a few sips, and I'll love it.
Oh yeah.
Um, it just needs that moderation, but I do like it a lot. So for me, it's cream soda.
All
Um,
right. Well, when we come to a disagreement on these bracket episodes, we play rock paper scissors, and whoever wins that round of rock paper scissors, their choice moves on. But from then on, we alternate. So the loser would win the next tiebreaker, and so on and so forth.
yeah, and then that goes all the way to the end. Um, and, well, if that happens, we'll get there when we get there. But yes, we alternate up until then. So since we're on Discord again, this will be a verbal rock paper scissors. I'll go rock paper scissors shoot blank. So I'll say shoot, and then we'll say our word. I'll trust you don't use the slight Discord delay to your advantage. All right.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, scissors.
Rock.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Pitch Black moves on. Actually, I feel okay about that since you have some love for that.
All right. Where are we? All right. So we got Sprite versus Coke Zero. What are your thoughts here, Mike?
Well, um, there's something about 'cause I know Diet Coke is in here too. I'm pretty sure because I recommended that one.
Yeah.
There's something about the whatever toxic chemicals they put into these non-sugary cokes that my brain just loves.
Uh huh.
There's something about that synthetic taste that I do actually love in the Coke Zeros and the Diet Cokes. Um, I'm aware it's not good for me. I think some studies have shown that it's even worse for you than just regular Coke. I don't know. I don't know. It tastes good on my tongue. And Sprite, I think, is it kind of falls into the same category as ginger ale for me, except not really like refined or something. It just it's good every now and then. Every now and then I'll crave a Sprite, but it's never my first choice. Well, unless I'm craving it. Um, but yeah, there's something about those synthetic ass, diet ass, zero ass Cokes that I love. So Coke Zero for me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in complete agreement here. I think Sprite. Um, it's never my first choice. It's like if I'm at a party or something, like a family party, and there's like coolers with pop in it. Sprite is always like the one I'm like, mm, I'm good.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd much rather have something more sugary. Um, and like a Sprite can be good, like a McDonald's Sprite. It does have that crispier kind of carbonation to it, which is nice. But yeah, I completely agree with that chemical nature here. Um, I grew up in a house where my dad only drank fucking Coke Zero or Pepsi Max or
Hmm.
whatever zero cola there was. And yeah, we a lot of the time us kids weren't having pop. It was like a special occasion thing for us. But my dad would fucking pound those 2 liters down in like a day or two.
Damn.
And yeah, and I would sneak a cup or a sip every once in a while and be like, God, yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
And especially before they changed it to Coke Zero Sugar, um, I think it was a little better. Um, there might be like a negligible fucking difference for a lot of people, but I don't know. There was something about um, the original Coke Zero that I was like, ooh, oh yeah, it's still good nowadays. I'll still pound down a Coke Zero,
Mhm.
uh, but yeah, I don't know. Definitely going Coke Zero over Sprite though.
All right. Yeah.
Might be a little controversial for some people, but
Yeah, and I will say also, most of the diets and the zero sugar stuff when it comes to sodas suck for me. But Coke for some reason there's something about that version of the synthetic taste that I like. So, um, and speaking of,
Yep. Speaking of, we got Mountain Dew, the original flavor, versus Diet Coke.
so I don't know if this is a controversial take or not. Um, I don't think Mountain Dew is really all that great. Just the original one. I think it's
Mm.
okay. See, unlike the cream soda, which tastes super sweet and sugary, that feels like a treat. This one just, to me, it get Mountain Dew just gets to a certain point of, I don't know.
It's an assault. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like I'm taking toxins or something. Not
Yeah.
quite, but it's like I can taste the version of this that gets me there. Um, I do like some of the flavored Mountain Dews. I didn't submit any of them for whatever
I put a
reason.
couple more in here, so
Okay, but I do like have like a soft spot for like Code Red. I like Code Red every now and then, and few others that I enjoy. But like the original one, it's okay. But the whole spiel I just had about Coke Zero, for me, I think Diet Coke is even slightly better than Coke Zero. So
really.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I kind of agree with the feelings about the original Mountain Dew. Like, whenever somebody just gets like a case of like regular Mountain Dew, I'm like, why didn't you get like a different flavor? Why did you go with the regular ass Mountain Dew? Like, that's weird.
yeah,
Um, and like, yeah, it's like a nice punch in the face. If you have it once in a while, it's like, whoa, that's a lot stronger than I remember that being.
yeah.
But yeah, it's that the original flavor is definitely not the kind that I would go back to very often. Um, and if I am faced with like Diet Coke versus Coke Zero, I'll probably usually go Coke Zero. Um, but at McDonald's, where I work, they don't have Coke Zero and they just have Diet Coke. So
Mm,
I've been kind of falling back into love with Diet Coke.
yeah,
Um, so much so that I would pick it over Mountain Dew.
cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I think I probably even mentioned this when we did our. Did we include chips in the snack bracket, or did we have our own chips bracket? I don't remember.
Oh, we didn't do a chips bracket, but I think that we were going to at some
We
point.
talked about Doritos. That's
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that I think I even mentioned then I'm not a true gamer because I was never really a huge into Doritos nor into Mountain Dew.
Right.
And those are the two gamer supplements.
Gamer subs.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
but yeah, next up we got the battle of the Pepsis here. We got Pepsi Max versus Cherry Pepsi. I loved Pepsi Max more than any of the Coke diets. I'm gonna be completely honest here. Um, like there's something about the the Pepsi Zero version that is just I don't know. There's something about it that like tastes slightly better. Um, it's slightly more like akin to the original Pepsi, but without feeling like actual Pepsi. And I love that about it. I love cherry Pepsi. I think it's a great cherry version of a cola. Um, but my heart's in Pepsi Max. So
Um, for me, uh, I don't really like Pepsi in general. I think it's the inferior of the colas, um, by a long shot. And but I think cherry Pepsi is pretty fire and one of the best cherry just sodas there is. For some reason, that's the only way I can enjoy Pepsi, like thoroughly enjoy Pepsi. So I've had Pepsi Max before. I don't think it did anything for me, but cherry Pepsi, that one has a soft spot for me. I also love artificial cherry flavor.
right.
Um, I for me it's cherry Pepsi. So
I mean, cherry
I
Pepsi moves.
I win that one. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. All right. Mountain Dew Baja Blast versus Fanta Orange.
And Baja Blast versus Fanta Orange. Yeah.
Orange.
All right.
I'm not a big fan of orange pop.
Mm,
Uh, I think it's fine once in a while. I do like Live Wire from Mountain Dew. That's probably my favorite orange pop. Um, and like I'll drink it if it's there, but Max really likes Taco Bell, so we've gotten that quite a few times. And I get a Baja Blast every once in a while when we go, and I'm like, damn, this is good, good stuff. And I know it's just blue Powerade mixed with original Mountain Dew.
What the hell it
I
is?
know that. Yeah.
Oh,
um,
okay.
but there's something about them that mixes really well together, and I really enjoy Baja Blasts. So I'm gonna go Baja Blast here.
Yeah, I mean, I have pretty similar feelings to you. Fan of orange. I do crave it every once in a while. I crave an orange soda. Um, and if I'm craving that, I would probably go Fanta over Crush or whatever the other ones are. Um, but yeah, I mean, Baja Blast is Mountain Dew at its absolute best for me. I think I do like other flavors of Mountain Dew, but like this one just it hits a special little something. The combination really works. I guess that Powerade and Mountain Dew is just
Yeah.
it's overpowered. Um, but yeah, it's Baja Blast for me.
Cool. All right. The Baja Blast moves on.
Baja.
Baja. Okie
Hey.
Original Pepsi versus Mountain Dew Pitch Black. I know
Um,
this one doesn't have very high stakes for you.
it really does not. No.
I I do like Pepsi. I was in the mindset for a little while that Pepsi was better than Coke. Um, it's just a little sweeter, and I was also drinking it from a can, and also comparing it to like canned Coke. And canned Coke, I don't like. I don't like canned Coke. It makes my teeth feel chalky. I don't know why. I've told that to people, and they've always been like, "What the fuck?" Um, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about a canned Coke that makes my teeth chalky. I'm not a big fan of that. But Mountain Dew is black.
Yeah, I'll say this. So when I was younger, I went to my neighbor's house a lot, and at my house we like almost never had soda. Like it would literally only be for if we were hosting a party, and it's still kind of
Mhm.
like that nowadays, which I think in the long run is a good thing. Um,
Right.
um, but when I went over to my neighbor's house, which I would do like probably from like middle school to high school, I would do that basically every night. They always had canned Pepsi there, and
Mm.
I think I like overdosed on Pepsi during that time period. Sometimes I would go over there, I would probably steal a can almost every single time, which looking back, I almost feel like I should have paid for that shit. But um, it would be a can, maybe even sometimes two if I was over there for a while. And like I really have grown sick of the Pepsi taste, to be honest. There's
Yeah,
some
that's fair.
that sweetness that you talk about, something about that sweetness I really do not like nowadays. Um, and because of that, I probably would like the Pitch Black better, just from how you described it, and I have had it before. Um, yeah, Pepsi is. I'm really not a big fan of Pepsi, like just straight up Pepsi nowadays. Yeah,
Yeah. I will say though, I do like the Pepsi the logo. It's a good logo.
it is a good logo. Yeah.
All right. Next we got ooh, where am I? Where am I? What's going? All right. We got root beer versus cherry vanilla Coke.
Ooh,
Yeah, I had to add cherry vanilla Coke here.
that is a good one. That is a good one.
You go ahead.
Um, I mean, I'll just I'll start off by pointing out that the ellipses not only do they make the word longer than if it just put the e there at the end, but it also just makes it now spell out cherry vanilla cock. But
Yeah,
that's very funny to me.
that is a little silly.
Um, but cherry vanilla Coke, it is very good. I'm a big fan. I'm cherry Coke. I think is just okay, but the vanilla added in there is actually it's a nice balance of a lot of flavors. Really, that is one that I get every now and then. Actually, I think a lot of times when there's like the Coke freestyle machines,
Yeah.
this is one that I'll go for a lot of the time. Um, it's very good. It kind of has that cream soda feel. It has that cherry soda feel, and it has that Coke feel. I talked about how I love all three of those things already in this brand. Um, However, root beer is a goated soda, and I have no further remarks.
Yeah. Uh, Cherry vanilla Coke. I was gonna say the same thing about the freestyle machine. The
Oh, I think we lost you. Hold on, Colin. Colin, hello, hello.
I love
Up,
that. The
up.
vanilla really adds something.
You cut out there for like a solid 5-10 seconds.
Oh, well, what's the last thing you heard?
You were just started talking about the freestyle machines.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's my go-to pop at the freestyle machines. Whether it's cherry vanilla Coke Zero or cherry vanilla Coke, it's always the thing that I go to. Because that vanilla really fucking adds something. Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of cherry Coke either. I think Pepsi does the cherry flavor better.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I will say the same thing. Root beer is a goated pop, and I love it. Barks all the way. I'm a Barks bitch, and I will stand on that hill till I die.
Yeah,
Um,
I love all the root beers. I don't. I think there's something to love about each and every one of them.
yeah, for sure. But I don't know, there's something about Barks that I
Yeah,
just fucks me up.
yeah.
We got Mountain Dew Code Red versus Coke Zero. Um, there's something about Code Red that I don't really like, um, but I figured I'd add it because it's iconic.
Hmm.
Um, it's that I don't know. It's while Mountain Dew is the most synthetic pop like you can put in your body. Um,
Coke Zero
there's something.
probably gives it a run for its money, but you know.
Well, yeah, but
But
Coke
anyway,
Zero doesn't taste. Coke Zero tastes at least like it's trying to emulate Coke a little
yeah,
bit.
I guess that's true.
Mountain Dew Code Red just feels like you're drinking the color red,
Yeah,
and I'm not a big fan of it. It's a little too much for me. But yeah, I love a crispy Coke Zero, so I'm gonna go Coke Zero here.
yeah. I mean, this one's. I think if you had asked me this like a year ago, I'd probably have a different opinion. When I was just by myself, taking care of the dogs and animals last summer, I
Oh.
did get myself a 2 liter of Code Red. Um, and I don't think I've ever done that before. Usually when I get Code Red, it'd just be like I feel like I want something sweet, something to up, so I'll get just a little 20 ounce or whatever or whatever. What are the small ones? Are those the 20 ounce? I don't know. Just the
12
normal
ounce.
bottles.
Yeah.
Those are 12 ounce. Okay.
I don't
Um,
know. I think this. I think the regular like single serving bottles at 20 ounce. I think you're right on that.
okay. Yeah. I don't know. British people. I don't think ounces are British.
Metric fuckers, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, I would get that like for special occasions though. Like I remember when we did band competitions, a lot of times I would get just a Code Red from the Walgreens or something. Just just something to sip on, keep me sugar activated, I guess. Um,
Mm.
but when I got that 20 ounce last year, or not 20 ounce, the 2 liter, when I got that last year, it really kind of changed my mind on Code Red. I was like, I really don't like this in big quantities. Like
Yeah.
it's really just like a every now and then type thing. But I used to like think I thought I loved it, but
Uh-huh.
I really kind of changed my perspective on it a bit. So yeah, for me it's Coke Zero again here, but I don't know. I just felt like my lore changed. I got
Character
some
difference.
yeah, I got some rewrites to my character.
That happens in your 20s, I think.
Yeah,
So,
probably. It's probably more sodas will fall down that rabbit hole soon.
oh.
Ah,
Ah, ah. So yeah, Dr. Pepper versus Fanta Strawberry. You want to talk
ah.
your feelings on it because
I
you said blow
would. I
upset.
really would. So another thing I would get in the freestyle machine a lot is the strawberry Phantom. Oh my
Mhm.
god, there needs to be more strawberry sodas. I'm just gonna say that. I have you had Fanta strawberry?
Yeah, yeah. It's not like super often, but I've had it before. It's a good. Good flavor.
I don't know, something about my taste buds, they just love strawberry soda. Like it's just it's very, very good. And it really like hits the spot. Like getting that like a fan of strawberry while watching a movie. Oh my god, I love it.
Mm.
It's just sip that the whole time. So good. Uh, and I put it there for that very reason. However, Dr. Pepper is also a good soda.
Yeah,
And that's like I can definitely drink. I mean, more Dr. Pepper than I can fan of strawberry. Like over a period of time, definitely Dr. Pepper would. I would adore it for way longer than I would fan of strawberry. Um, but like in small doses, man, fan of strawberry is so good. I love it, me personally. But I gotta go against it here. Dr. Pepper is just that's a front runner for me. Yeah,
yeah. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've had Fanta strawberry. I will say it is a good flavor. It's a nice little like it feels a lot different than any of the other Fanta flavors.
yeah.
Just feels like smoother. It feels a lot sweeter and like less carbonated somehow. I don't know. Um, but yeah, Dr. Pepper. Um, yeah, there's whatever fucking 30 plus ingredients are inside of that shit. I don't know what the fuck is in it. Barbecue sauce, I think, is one of them.
What the hell?
Uh, or there's no barbecue sauce in it. I know that there is like a brand of barbecue sauce that uses Dr. Pepper though.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
got that backwards, but um, yeah, yeah, caramel, whatever the fuck is inside of Dr. Pepper, makes it into this magical concoction
I think
that
it's supposed to like emulate cherry, isn't it? Like, isn't it supposed to be kind of cherry?
I don't know, maybe
Oh.
it probably has cherry flavoring in it.
I've always thought that, but I don't really know the research, so.
Yeah, and yeah, the doctor is in, and he's staying in,
Yeah.
so or she, whoever Dr. Pepper is.
Dr. Pepper a day.
Will probably kill you soon. But it's
Probably. It'll catch up to you eventually.
meat. Um, but yeah, grape soda versus Diet Coke.
Hmm.
Um, I don't like grape soda.
Hmm.
Um, I think that it's another one of those. It's like too much for me. Like once in a while, it's like, all right, yeah, I can do that. It's a nice little, like, little a few sip.
Oh, gone again. Oh, Colin. Must have some Wi-Fi.
Like a
Oh,
grape.
okay.
No,
Sorry, you cut out again there for like
oh,
5 seconds. You were saying something about it's good for a few sips.
yeah, it's good for a few sips, but after that, I'm like good for a couple years.
Yeah.
It's it's a little too much. Like I like grape flavored candies, like a grape Jolly Rancher is good, or like a grape sucker is good as well. But something about it being in like a liquefied form, I'm like, nah, not so much. So yeah, Diet Coke here for me.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you wholeheartedly there. It's good. The grape soda, like it's good as like every now and then, just like palate cleanser of soda. But it yeah, it doesn't really have much staying power.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diet Coke for me.
All right. Diet Coke moves on, and we got Coke OG versus Dr Pepper grape soda.
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had Dr. Pepper.
You've never had Dr Pepper cream soda?
I think.
That shit's right up your alley, bud.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. You can talk about it.
Coke, I think is good. I think it's a good cola. It has surpassed Pepsi in recent memory. Um, as like the better cola. I do like a Pepsi from time to time, but Coke, it's
Oh,
good.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
Coke.
I like Coke. It's good. But Dr. Pepper cream soda, I wouldn't have thought that cream soda belonged in Dr. Pepper, but after trying it, it makes the Dr. Pepper so creamy and it adds a little bit of vanilla and it's something special. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have had this before. I think I've only had it like once or twice. But I do remember liking it a lot. I the the not marketing, just like the colors and stuff on the can brought back
Yeah.
what it was. Um, but yeah, I do remember liking it quite a bit. It's probably one I should try more. But yeah, I like regular Coke. I think it's good. But I do remember enjoying the Dr Pepper cream soda quite a bit. That would be it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cool.
completely forgot. I need to have some more. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
you like that. That's like your thing. I
Yeah,
feel. So,
yeah, cherry Dr Pepper, but green.
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. All right.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next round. We got Cherry Pepsi versus Baja Blast. I'm feeling Baja Blast here. I like Cherry Pepsi, but Baja Blast is like it scratches an itch for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was gonna say Baja Blast feels like something special, and Cherry Pepsi, while it is a very good cherry soda, there, I mean, if Dr Pepper is cherry, there's a better version of cherry soda for me in my mind. So yeah, it's Baja Blast for me.
Mm. Baja Blast moves on. Whoa, drop my phone. We this website's giving me fucking grief today. All right, we got Pitch Black versus Root Beer. Gotta be Root Beer. I love
Yeah.
Pitch Black.
Root
But Root
beer.
Beer. Root Beer. No, Root Beer.
Yeah, I love.
Um, yes. Have you seen that guy's TikToks recently?
No.
He's been he pops up on my For You page every now and then, and he needs to let a bit die. Um,
Oh, okay. Still riding that high from probably over a year ago, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Coke Zero versus DP.
I love me some deep
Oh God, yeah.
CZ. I
Um,
love the Czech Republic. But
but
for me, I mean, I do like Coke Zero a lot. Um, and I think it. I love that synthetic quality to it, but it doesn't hold a candle to Dr Pepper for me personally. But I know you have different history with uh the diet synthetic sodas.
yeah, I do. But when I'm looking for like flavor, if I want some real flavor,
Yeah,
I gotta go Dr Pepper. Coke Zero, it's great. It's a go to. If I'm not wanting like to drink my calories, definitely gonna go for Coke Zero. But ooh, Dr Pepper,
yeah.
Dr Pepper, she's something special.
Oh
She's
yes.
something special. All right, DP moved on. That's gonna be a killer round there. All right. Did I miss something? No.
I think.
Oh,
Oh,
don't look at my screen.
I saw your Jersey Mike's app.
Oh. All right. Let's see. Diet Coke versus Dr. Pepper Flame Soda. Um.
I
hmm,
mean, for me, it really kind of comes down to
which one you've had more?
yeah.
Oh.
As much as I remember enjoying that Dr Pepper cream soda, I just don't remember it that much. And I need more time with it.
Yeah.
So for me at this moment, it's Diet Coke, but that's purely a recency bias and everything.
Yeah. I will say Dr. Pepper Cream Soda hasn't been along for that long, or around for that long.
Yeah,
So I've only had it a good few times, and it has been a good time every time I've
it
had
has
it.
been a good few times. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I've had Diet Coke a lot more in my life, and I feel like a diet pop has to move on to uh, just to like sanctify it a little
Yeah,
more.
to make
In
us
the
feel good
brand.
about ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. And we already have a Dr Pepper in there, so it's like um, yeah, I'm gonna go Diet Coke here as well.
Cool.
All right, we're moving on to our Fab Four here. Oh my goodness.
Right.
All right. Ooh, we got Baja Blast versus Ruber. Look, Mountain Dew, you're iconic. We love you. Sometimes.
Yeah, in this form, I love you.
Yeah. In this form, I love you. But root beer, no matter where you go, no matter what brand you're getting a good drink. You're getting a good time. So it's gotta be root beer.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's root beer is just. I still can't believe there's people out there who think root beer tastes like medicine,
Medicine. Yeah.
whatever, and they like hate it for that reason. It's just one of the most refreshing drinks. I love it so
Yeah,
much.
I completely agree. Fucking love root beer. Um, all right, we got Dr. Pepper versus Diet Coke.
I
Dr.
mean,
Pepper.
yeah, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper didn't it go against Coke Zero the last round?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same feeling.
It's yeah. All right.
All right,
Well, we're down to our final two here.
the real marble.
Yeah. This is for all them marbles. And boy, is that a tough one.
Yeah, I was gonna
Kinda.
say this is kind of the first one I've been like really conflicted on. Um, in this bracket,
Yeah. Um, but I think for my heart of hearts, I love Dr. Pepper. I love it. I think it's a great drink. But root beer is like it's definitely my favorite pop like of all time. So gotta go root beer here for me.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat there. I was thinking about it. I'm thinking over a prolonged period of time, kind of like I did with I think it was Dr. Pepper and Strawberry Fan. Just like it would take a while for both of them, but if I were to like have both of these every day and somehow not die, my enjoyment of Dr. Pepper would go out before my enjoyment of root beer. I think root beer just has some little special key to it that almost makes it feel like limitless. Like
Yeah.
if I owned root beer, like it'd probably be dangerous for me to have that. It's just like always around.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just love it. I think it has to be root beer for me.
All right. Well, that was one of the easiest brackets we've gone through, I think.
Yeah, we got to talk about some childhood associations though. So you know,
All right. Well,
hell
folks,
yeah,
bracket is complete, and our winner is root beer.
root beer, yeah, root beer,
Beer!
yeah,
No, root beer. Yeah. Some
hell
people,
yeah.
but I fuck.
Sorry, what was that?
Some people might be upset about that, but I don't go fuck.
Yes, completely agree. Uh, yeah, they
Yeah.
don't deserve human rights. No, I'm just kidding. Not that far, not that far. But they do need to refine their taste buds and grow up, though. Um,
For sure. Actually, go taste some medicine. Come back to root beer and tell me if it tastes like fucking medicine.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The only one I can maybe understand is those cough drops that are like the barrel shaped ones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, those like give off the Vegas sense maybe of root beer.
They
And
might have a little bit of sarsaparilla in them. So
yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But all right. Cool.
soda.
Soda.
All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, we could get into song of the week,
Sounds good.
which you are up first.
All right. Well, I did enjoy that TV Girl album. Um, so I'm gonna go with "Lovers Rock" off of French Exit by TV Girl. But if you're too drunk to drive and the music is right. All right, that was "Lovers Rock" by TV Girl. What do you think, Mike?
I thought that was pretty good. I see what you mean about like the samples and the sound of like the strings and stuff like that mixed with like oh no, it was really groovy. I really liked the sound of the bass and like
Mhm.
vocals were also very. It was just it was a really nice vibe. I like the vibe.
Yeah, it's nice and vibey. That whole album's pretty nice and vibey. It's kind of like right up my alley. I feel, um, just the feel of it. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed that album. You'd probably find some enjoyment in it. It's good. It's a good time.
Yeah, yeah, I may have to check. I think I've heard my buddy Dane talk about them before, maybe that album. But
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, that cover and there's another cover that's like more iconic. It's like a it's two people and they're blue and one's blue, one's pink. So
Yeah, I think I see it as their profile icon right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, what you
Cool.
got for us this week, Mike?
So I was just checking the playlist. And I do have a lot of songs by The Smile. I mean, but I don't really have anything else this week, so I'm going for another Smile song. It's the one that came out last week that I was liking a lot.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
it's called "Friend of a Friend." Smile. All right, that was "Friend of a Friend" by The Smile. What'd you think of that?
I thought it was good. I think Tom sounds really good on it. It does not feel like Radiohead, like you were saying. Um, and it feels a little bit more upbeat for uh, Tom's vocal style that he usually goes for. It's still plenty Tom in there. Uh, you can definitely tell it's Tom York, but it's not a bad thing. I like his voice. I think it's a it's a good song. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm gonna have to re-listen to it myself, but
Cool. Yeah, I mean that's one that there's a lot of stuff going on in that song, a lot of different like phases it goes through, and I find the more I listen to it, the more it like all kind of makes sense as this overarching piece. Like it just everything kind of like builds together, and like oh my god, I forgot to mention earlier, but my headphones that Vince got me for Secret Santa like 2 years ago, they unfortunately just like gave out earlier this
oh,
week. Yeah, there was like a split in the wire that I was covering with electrical tape for a while, and then as I was rechanging the tape, it just stopped working. So I got a newer version of the headphones. Now my headphones are like the next model up from the one he got me, and like oh my god, the sound quality very
yeah.
nice. I like it a lot. And like when those strings were coming in on this song, like those swelling strings, oh man, I was feeling
Mhm.
something new listening to it again. it was, it just there's a lot of stuff going on in the song that I really like. And yeah, I think it benefits from multiple listens. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe you should check out Igor with your new headphones to see if you like it anymore.
yeah. According to Brad, I need like $5,000 worth of gear
Oh,
in order to enjoy Igor. But you know,
I think Brad just needs help.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably check out that Smile record when it comes out next week as well.
Yeah, I'm really interested looking for it because, like you said, it like I mean, I think I said it last week, but it doesn't quite feel like Radiohead. It feels like they're going for a new thing, and I'm really excited to see how that looks in a whole project. So
Yeah, for sure.
hell yeah,
Cool.
cool. Alrighty, well, I don't know what time we're at, but we're definitely good.
Yeah.
So
All right.
cool. I don't think I have anything else to add on. So
Me either. Just chilling out.
just chill. Um, cool. Well, quite literally chilling actually with this weather.
Yeah.
Um, but if you're listening on streaming services, thank you very much. We appreciate you so much. We love all you audio listeners. Even
Love you.
on this Discord episode, usually there's not too much visual stuff going on besides our profile pictures. But if you want to see the bracket in real time or just any time that we're actually in person, you can come on over to YouTube. We're under the same name, Broken Boys, capital N BOIS. Come on over to YouTube, see my beautiful gnome child, and see my other beautiful child, Colin's Colin's picture. Um, little newborn Johnson over. Um, but yeah, do that. But also we have links to the songs of the week that we just did, where you can listen to "Friend of a Friend" or "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," something
Lovers
rock,
rock.
"Lovers Rock." I knew it was something rock. Um, or "Lovers Rock" by TV Girl.
Wayne the Rock.
Twain the Lovers Rock Johnson. Um, speaking of Johnson, uh,
Oh.
um, but yeah, you can go check out those in the Song of the Week playlist. We got one for me. We got one for Colin. We got one for both of us combined with all of our guest artists that we always have. Uh,
Yeah.
that
It started.
may have You see, okay, no, never mind. We're still at 21 hours, but eventually we'll be at a whole day worth of music in there, so
Yep.
that'll be exciting.
Yep.
But yeah, we
Wake
also.
up
Well, sorry, what's that?
listening. Wake up listening to the combined playlist. Go to sleep listening to the combined playlist, and it'll finish right before you wake up.
Yeah, whole day's worth of entertainment and joy, and a little bit of AJR.
A little bit of it.
um, but yeah, we got that. Let's go check out those. We also have links to our separate socials. I have music and stuff under the name Plaintive. You can find me on Spotify and Apple Music. There are things in
Yeah.
the works. Things are in the works, and things will be coming out at some point this year.
Yeah.
I can't quite give a time frame, but I'm really liking a lot of the stuff that I'm working on right now. Having some good ideas, I would say.
Let's
So
go.
let's go. LFG. But yeah, go check out those. Get up to date on your plane of lore. Um, and yeah, I think I have a
Listen to Call the Mechanism, folks.
yes, yes. Um, I have a Instagram down there and an album of the year page where I rate and review music. Not to brag or anything, my last few reviews have gotten like upwards of 6 likes, so you know I'm feeling pretty good. My Green Day one has like 14 likes or something right now, so
Nice.
you know what? Feeling pretty popular. So if you want to boost my ego some more, go follow me. Um, got that. And yeah, my YouTube page I think is there. Yeah, and then Colin, he's runs our socials. He runs.
Wait.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, I, in proximity to you, dear viewer, am uh I thinking on the spot is hard, man. Uh, I am uh man. I am man. Um,
Are you like, are you enjoying a crispy root beer
oh, you
and
know what? Yeah. I'm at the nearest root beer brewery. That is a hard word to say. Brewery.
root beer brewery?
Have I ever said that out loud before? Brewery.
Brewery?
Brewery. That's like really hard
I
for me
don't
to
know.
say for some reason. Um, I'm in the nearest
Brewery.
root beer brewery. Um, uh, Wherever that may be, I'm in the nearest one. I'm taking some samples. I may be taking some samples home with me.
Yep,
Uh,
yep, yep.
I'm enjoying every second of it.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. And Colin over here, he runs our socials. He runs our Twitter page where he updates um, whenever episodes come out. So go follow that to see that. And he also runs our TikTok where he posts funny little bits that we do on here. We have some fun.
Yeah,
Um,
we might have something down the line that has to do with our bits.
would possibly could be in a bracket form and it could be an original idea. You never know.
Yeah,
But
we
sometimes
definitely didn't talk about another thing that
no.
had to do with bits earlier that another channel did at some point.
Oh no. Um, yeah. I we never copy anyone's formats
No.
for our themed episodes here. Um, but yeah, go check out that TikTok though. There's some funny stuff in there. Get caught up on your Broken Boys lore for that one.
For
Um,
sure.
and yeah, and Colin also he has an album of the year page where he rates and reviews
Yeah.
that. Give him some likes and love.
Oh,
Um, and he has a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies.
yeah.
Any new ones on there recently?
Didn't watch anything this week, so
Okay,
most recent stuff on there is the Sonic movies from last week. So
well go check out those regardless. And he also has his Instagram review page that you should also check out regardless. Um,
yeah,
so much enthusiasm in his voice whenever I bring that one up.
why not? Just you're gonna have to really dig for that one, but
Yeah,
it's there.
it is there. It's linked below. And yeah, what would you say your proximity to your viewer?
Um, I'd say I'm sipping on one of those root beers. I had you throw it over to me over the listener.
Hmm. Oh,
Um,
so they're there with us?
yeah, definitely. I
Okay.
mean, if they don't like root beer, they're not a real Broken Boys fan.
That is factual.
So, um, and yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm kind of yearning, you and the viewer. I'm yearning for that hug, but from the distance that you're at, you kind of feel like a friend of a friend,
Hmm.
and uh, I'd really love to.
Lovers rock.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we could speed up that process and get into what we'd like to call the love cage.
Our own form
Um,
of the lovers rock.
yeah, it really is. And what we do in this love cage is Mike will come. Uh,
Sorry. My brain. Okay. Yep.
Mike will approach
Yes.
from behind you after he's done sampling his root beers,
Hmm.
um, and still belly full of root beer. It's gonna be a little sloshy. He's not
Hmm.
gonna feel too well, but it'll have been worth it because it's root beer.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a groggy hug from behind, um, as he's a little full. And me, who hasn't had as much, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna from in front of you, and I'm gonna make sure to give you the full extent of a hug that I can give, just to make up for what Mike can't with his full little tummy
Hey
there.
now. Hey now.
Hey, it's still gonna be a good hug, but
Okay.
it's just at you're not at your full power,
My full potential.
your full potential. Um, but yeah, uh, and we're gonna envelop you from in front and behind, and me and Mike with our mouths tasting of root beer, we're
Mhm.
gonna make out real hard, right next to your ear, and just real sloppily. It's gonna be real nice.
Mhm.
And that's what we call the love cage. And if you would like your very own, what can they do, Mike?
They can leave their address in the comments below.
Yes, yes, sir.
We will we will approach them at some point. You won't know when, you won't know where. You won't know how either.
Yeah,
It gets unique every week, as you can tell.
it really does.
And we will find you and we will love cage you, consensually.
Definitely, definitely consensually. If you're putting your address down in the comments below, you're giving consent for it. So
Like signing your life away.
yeah, we will have to have you sign an NDA though.
Yes.
Uh, so, but yeah,
Awesome. Cool.
cool.
Well, thanks for listening to our little soda bracket. Us talk about sugary drinks for an hour.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And we will catch you next week where hopefully it'll be warmer. I don't know.
Hope so. I think it's supposed to be a little warmer.
Hell
So
yeah.
let's go.
Well, positive vibes and a smile. Be smile if you. Uh, okay, bye.
Bye.